Following the signs. This is whoever needs this message. This is going to be your message if you've been having some sleepless nights and you're feeling quite stressed at this time. Something tell me that you are needing just something, and I hope this message can be somewhat of some support for you at this time. Um, Whoever I'm connecting with right now, you are going through a massive transformation. I'm talking like upheaval. Something has, you've gone through something that's just, I don't know, crumbled around you right now. And I know there's been times where I've felt completely alone myself, and in those times have been where I've, found those readers on YouTube who have been able to, not that they've realized it, but been able to completely validate me at a certain time where maybe there's no one else that you're able to speak to, or or you're just feeling like you need something, like a little bit of guidance and direction. So here we are. If this is resonating so far and this is your message, let's dive in and just know that you are, it's this safe place here. You're supported. And just know these feelings that you're feeling, like whilst the direction forward is very unclear at this time, or may feel like, how could this possibly get any better or worse, just know that it will get better and it will pass. It's just part of those working through things. Now, I could specifically be picking up with a Scorpio here, or someone that has some heavy 8th house placements. Pulled the 8th house. Okay, endings, beginnings. It's the house of sex, the house of death, and yes, the house of endings and beginnings. So when this card shows up, like, it's very clear that something very transformative is going on in somebody's life right now. And there's many things that the 8th house sheds light on. Some of you, this could be like to do with inheritances. It does speak of, what's passed down within your family. Can also be a message of, the things that we experience when we go through those big transformations, because the 8th house is a lot about what is hidden, what isn't spoken of. This could be all things dark and gothic, like we are heading towards that Halloween season. It's also the connection to our psychic abilities or anything supernatural. This is a time where, you could find the house that you're living in is speaking to you in that certain way, like something, you could be having supernatural experiences as well. It's a period of great transformation, as I said, and this is where, things that have been withstanding, potentially your whole life fall apart. And it's a time for rebuilding, but in a new transformative way. And this card can also speak of, long-term illness or extended recovery periods for someone you may be connected to. And what's passed down, as I said as well, like this can be through family, can be through partner's family. If your question is regarding a relationship, like this is a type of relationship that's highly passionate, very, intense sexual chemistry, but also the type of, long-standing, enduring relationship that transforms one another as well. It truly is a time where, when everything does fall apart, like rock bottom. I'm not saying or suggesting for a second that rock bottom is pleasant to be in, having experienced it myself several times. But it is a time where you get to make a change, and changes that maybe you've been desiring for a long time. Like this is you know, renewed strength and the opportunity to really change your life here. So there is some positive perks with this card, and it's showing up too. Someone here could be 32. But yeah, if this is resonating, as I said, let's dive in and get a little bit of tarot straight off the bat here. Yeah, something is calling you to change. You know, this is where you may be questioning, like, the fuck have I been doing with my life? Or, you know, a time of sort of questioning everything and those around you. A lot of you too, yeah, speaking of this psychic abilities, highly intuitive, like you could be tapping into new gifts. Like it's often in, you know, that dark night of the soul phase where we really open ourselves right up, you know, once that surrender kicks in. So you could be really finding yourself feeling, you know, somewhat very connected whilst in this very uncertain space. For a lot of you too, just like a real quick tip, it's allocate a bit of time for this worry that you're having. But like right on bedtime or at 3 in the morning is not particularly the bestest time. You know, you got to look at things in a bigger picture here and be like, you know, what can I actually change here at 3 a.m. while I'm in my bed? Nothing, not much at all. So give yourself a little bit of grace here and break things up. What's manageable and what's doable in, you know, the environment, the time frame, the emotions that you're currently in. But rest is really important when you're going through such big change. Okay, so let's have a look. Who am I connecting with here, Spirit? How are they feeling? And you're someone that's very giving. You know, worked hard to get to where you are in order to be in a position to give to others. You know, to the point where you may have been really taken advantage of, or you've overextended yourself a lot in the wrong areas, which is, you know, caused a bit of a loss here. You are moving into safer direction, calmer waters after this period of chaos. You're also someone that's, you know, I feel like you've been on the move all your life, having to be navigating this path forward, you know. But also, like, you know, be proud of yourself in being able to recognize and understand the situations that you have been in have not been healthy, you know. And sometimes, like, we also have to, as shit as it is, you know, it's got to come from within. And sometimes we will repeat things over and over again until it really does sink in. And it's, you know, it doesn't matter how long that takes. We've got to, like, really remove time here. It's not a time like this card, like superficialities. I'm sorry, we are on school holiday time here, so I'm getting interrupted. It's inevitable, to be honest. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting some of you could be experiencing out of nowhere, maybe periods of anxiety or just phobias, like, and this is that you're just highly open at this time. This could be spirits wanting to get in touch with you. Anyway, little thrown out from there, but we're going to get in and have a look at your situation, get you some advice here. Okay. Now, some of you could have gone through, like, had a big purchase recently that maybe didn't work out. All right, let's have a look here. Okay, so there could be something that's like, you've had all this upheaval, but it's actually maybe been an outcome that is fair and balanced, with the Justice card representing this situation. There's like balance coming to a situation. This could be to do with a relationship or a house, a family. But it's like what has been, whatever has been going wrong, there's been like universe has stepped in here and something has worked in a favor. Is this in your favor? Yeah, Chariot card showing up here. Someone could have Cancer in their chart. But it's allowed this opportunity for like victory here. Someone's overcome something, moving something forward in their life. There's a lot of will here, inner strength here. We've got here blocking, something that's blocking you right now is the Three of Wands. There could be like this concern of what's next. What am I doing? Where am I going? What am I waiting for? What's happening here? Clarify that Three of Wands for us, Spirit. We've got a King of Swords showing up here and a Four of Cups. You're really having to look into why you're not feeling fulfilled in certain areas or certain offers that are around you at this time. Could be finding yourself to be very analytical in life and needing to be very detached emotionally. Or maybe you're looking in as to why you are emotionally detached. Someone here could be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Why is it a block? Why is it a block? That is like just too many. Didn't feel right. I'm sorry, guys. Why is it a block? Well, there's been an end or a beginning of something here. We've got the Star, Ten of Pentacles, the Lovers, Queen of Cups, and the World. There's like healing, decisions, choices. Facing one's own masculine and feminine sides and really bringing them together in order to grow. But we've got like a, financial stability here within a connection. Just bear with me here. Some of you could be feeling really torn by a connection at this time. Is it over? Does it have an ability to change? Is it time to move on? Have I made the right decision? Is there hope here? Is there any hope here in this situation? There's a lot of questions that you're currently facing here. And, with those Libra qualities here, there's a need for, understanding and integrity within a situation. What the advice is here, we've got the Three of Pentacles. So it's like something that you are investing in and working on right now is really encouraging for you. And you're encouraged to continue pursuing that because you're beginning to be recognized in some way. And it may feel like a slow, methodical process, but like it's leading you in a positive direction here. Yeah. Clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. It's like really investing into yourself and nurturing something and helping it grow is really gonna have you step into your own masculinity here, but in a very feminine way. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like you are really going to be recognized for something. And it's like something that you are working on is quite stand out. It's like something that you can be very much known for, like spotted in a crowd. And it's like something that's going to link in with generational wealth here. So we've got the Page of Pentacles as your potential outcome here. You know, there's a new opportunity for learning something here within this whole situation. Clarified by the Six of Cups. It could be something linked with like past life regression here. You know, a pattern that maybe you notice about yourself, or a cycle to be able to clear and break here. There's a lot of inner child healing here. Connecting with children. And there's something about like independence. You know, this could be something that maybe as a kid you were a very independent child. But there's something about like accepting support, or, you know, not every relationship means you have to lose your independence here. There's, you know, a way to still keep things, you know, playful and light. Well, there's a need to like this to be brought into something like someone is very open to looking into, you know, past emotions here. All right, let's grab a fairy message. What's a question that whoever is watching has right now that they may need an answer to? What is going on here? Please provide an answer for whoever's watching right now. Answer for whoever is watching right now. New career. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new and successful direction. Oh, look out, well, we're onto something here. Whatever it is that you are working on. See if there's any little further guidance in the book. Alternative messages here. Where are we? Okay. Keep thoughts positive. Your business idea will be successful. Trust and follow your intuition about your career. Return to school or take classes to learn a new skill. Your financial situation is improving. You will receive a promotion or a raise in salary. Heal an issue at your workplace so that you can move forward with your profession and your life. Okay, so this could all be career-based for some of you. And you get one more for those that are not working on a career. You've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. Yeah, this is about really honing in on that inner strength that you have. And as previously suggested here, we do have some very strong individuals here. Now, you could do something that involves your hands, something that you're needing to do here. But there's something about taking action and having that courage to know that you are enough and to know that you're great and that you have the power. I'm going to close this one up, guys. I hope it's helped. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.